Good morning, welcome. Come on in, class. I'm just gonna clean up. Finishing this granite and stone cleaner from Brandless. I believe the link is in the description, but I always clean before and clean after. Welcome, come on in. And I will introduce myself and we'll get started. I'm not gonna be on long today. I've only got about 45 minutes until my next meeting. But I'm hungry as per usual, so I think I'm going to make the mushroom omelet and the fried apples. Well, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Maggie, your substitute teacher. Welcome to class. You all are Maggie Scholars. You have so aptly named yourself. I'm just a mom and a home cooker. I'm a boy mom times two. I am a former corporate executive, but I'm happy here in the kitchen. I work from home in tech. I've been on a health and wellness journey, so far maintaining a 75-pound weight loss. Good morning, Val. With at least 25 more to go. Completely changed the way that I eat by getting tested for food sensitivities. That's my list in the back. So for me, that was a cheek swab on the inside and some hair samples. So I have a list of foods that I can have and a list of foods that I have to avoid. So my channel, Maggie the Substitute Teacher, is really just about, cooking and how to make recipes that I would make for the family anyway. Good morning, Mona. Make for the family or that I would want to eat, but I substitute the ingredients that are on my no-no list for the food that I could have. So feel free to come on in. The chat is the study hall. Feel free to pass your notes back and forth to each other. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to wash my hands and get started. I'm also a Scentsy consultant, link in the description. This hand soap is Luna, which is jasmine, sweet pea, berries, and sandalwood. We had a busy day yesterday. Class, we made our smoked salmon bagel, which was excellent. And then we had the roast beef sandwich for dinner, which was excellent. But I didn't have any fruit yesterday, so I am going to heat up some of Lead Attorney's fried apples. If you all missed it, I did an interview with Suzette Speaks and a cooking demonstration a couple nights ago. It's on my community tab on YouTube. And I have some leftover fried apples that we made for the lead attorney, and so I'm going to warm those up while I get everything else together. So these were just green apples, I believed. I don't really do a lot of leftovers, but it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it, especially when you're busy. Y'all, I was corporate. I've been corporate since college, so I remember those long commute days. But these are lead attorneys. Fried apples. These were pan fried with butter, cinnamon, sugar, substitute for me, and goat's butter for me, and I think nutmeg and cinnamon. So I'm just going to put these in the air fryer and reheat them so they kind of get that sticky ooey gooey, and we'll get our veggies prepped for our omelet, and I'm going to make a coffee too. You all are here to keep me accountable so that I can age gracefully. Thank you so much for being here. So I only eat when I live stream for you all, so thank you for helping me stay disciplined. I think I'm going to go ahead and warm all of them, even though I'm not going to eat all of them, or maybe just my portion. So just some foil on this tray, just for easy cleanup. I run everything through the dishwasher. I grew up washing dishes by hand, so I remember telling myself, y'all know when you did that, when I get my own house, I'm using a dishwasher, I'm turning on the air conditioner. Y'all know. But thank you, Nana and Papa, for raising me well. All right, I'm going to spray my aluminum foil. It's like one of those tanning things, which I don't need, but I'm going to spray with a little bit of coconut oil just so our apples don't stick. I need to find the link for you guys. This is just a refillable spray. You put whatever oil of your choice. and it turns it to a cooking spray so I can be more sustainable and make sure that I'm watching the oils that I use in my food. All right, so I think I'm just going to do half. This is a small container of the fried apples. The fruits that I snack on are the low sugar fruits, apples, oranges, and berries. I know Suzette speaks, it's mango season. I had all of that in Costa Rica. When I travel, I eat what they eat, but I'm trying to get the rest of this weight off. So I'm looking at what would be like about a regular apple. So what is that, maybe like 8 or 10 slices. So these were apples that were already sliced in the bag with the skin on. Of course, you guys have seen me make these apples with a whole apple. Just core it and cut it or peel it if you want to. It's a little bit tougher with the skin on if you like it al dente. I think that's what Lita Turney said. If you like them softer, peel them first or buy them already peeled. I think I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of brown sugar on here and maybe spray them with a little bit of coconut oil. I want to try and let them warm slow and get a little sticky, ooey gooey. Absolutely. Yeah. Facilitate your meetings. Look, I'm just happy that y'all are here. We all work. We have a life going on. I'll be hopping on a meeting after this, so we'll be on for about 40 minutes. When you refresh your food in the air fryer especially, you can put not a whole lot, but I'm just going to spray my apples with a little bit of the coconut oil. And I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit more of, I'm using the Truvia brown sugar blend. This one is 50% brown sugar and 50% stevia. I'm really just supposed to have stevia, but I move fast and I bought this without reading all the way through. Sometimes I do that. Hey, Amethyst, come on in. Again, if you guys have a YouTube channel or a business, please put it in the chat so we can shout you out. Thank you for being here to support me, so I want to support you. I think the link is in the description for this, but you can see this sweetener gives you the brown sugar experience like the grains of sand. So I use a spoon to go inside the container and then I put it in my hand, especially if you share with others. It's just me, but I hate when the kids do that. They just shove their hand in there. I don't know where your hands have been. I got boys. All right. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit more brown sugar so that when it goes up underneath the boiler, it'll caramelize nicely. These apples were already cooked in the pan, but whenever you want to refresh, just add a little bit more. If you saw the cook-along that we did with the crab cakes when we reheated them the next day, put a little pat of butter, goat's butter for me, so it melts down, you get that nice golden brown. So these are going to go in the air fryer, and then I'll make my coffee, and then let's get started on our omelet. Yeah. So I just pressed the cake button. That's like, I don't know, 350. I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. I just want them to get nice and golden. Let the brown sugar substitute melt down. Let it start sizzling. Y'all know what I'm looking for. What is this, the apple spoon? Get excited. Okay, class, so let's put our apples away and let me make a beverage because I am thirsty and hungry. All right. Get everything together for you. Y'all, that air fryer is not supposed to sound like that. I know it sounds like it's taking off. I'm sure something is bent in there with the fan, but I've had it forever, and I'm going to use it until the wheels fall off. All right, so I'm using the Keurig also on my video for the top 5 devices because I drink a beverage every day, hot or iced. You can see here, this is the BJ's brand, Wellesley Farms. BJ's is a wholesale club in my area, kind of like a Costco or Sam's. I don't have Costco close to me, but I do have a Sam's. So this is just donut shop. I use the store brand. You can get as fancy as you like. I do like the Keurig because you can brew coffee fresh. I want a fresh cup when I drink it. I don't want a pot that's been sitting out all day. That's just me, but I'm not a coffee snob. All right, I'm gonna start using darker glasses because I get my lipstick on everything. I always start with my alkaline water. Alkaline water was recommended for me. My test results also showed that I was more acidic, so I needed to drink more alkaline water. You can buy your own. I mean, you can buy it already bottled. To me, it's expensive, or you can make your own. So a few drops, little goes a long way. Link in the description from Amazon, and it turns regular tap into alkaline water. So all the water that I'm drinking actually stays around to hydrate me, and it's not just going through me. Maria, y'all, we have a channel sponsor in the house. Thank you so much, Maria. Maria gave a second donation. I am so grateful. I just get in here and start cooking. The fact that you all are here, liking the video, watching me, it just means the world. But if you do want to support and donate, it's completely optional. I appreciate everything. I do have a Cash App. It's $MBrown. And I do have a Venmo. I think it's Margaret A. Brown. I don't know, y'all. You can see the code there. And I do have a PayPal. A Zelle is coming. We are on our way to get monetized on our YouTube channel. We are going for 999 subscribers because Nana has said, my mom, she will wait to subscribe to be my 1,000th subscriber. So we're in the 600s and we're on our way. So thank you so much for being here and helping the channel to grow. As you can see, I'm actually cooking in real time when I'm here, so I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. So if I don't see it in real time, I want to give you guys my undivided attention, but after the live stream, I always check, and I will make sure to shout you out on the next video. So again, thank you, Maria. Really, people, I really appreciate the donation. And if you donate any amount, one time, you're a channel sponsor, so let me know what you'd like for me to cook for you, and I'll make a special video just for you. All right. So I'm going to use this maple donut. This is skinny syrups. I'm trying to get rid of the fall flavors that I have because it's starting to get warm here. So this is my, I know, I like it light and sweet, 0 calorie, 0 sugar flavor syrups. So the ones that you would get in the coffee shop that y'all know, you have shared with me and I've shared with you. Sometimes it's really easy to drink your calories. I prefer to eat my calories. And then instead of half and half, because I can't have dairy, I'm using this coconut and almond milk creamer from Better Half. So this is a blend. I think the link is in the description. So I like to put everything into my cup. I need to open up a new one, get all of it, because I'm greedy. I like to put everything into my cup, and then I brew the Keurig into that. So in my mug, I have alkaline drops. I have the maple donut syrup. Got a little spill here. I have the creamer, and then I'm going to brew this into need my water. My Keurig is out of water, but this is one of my travel mugs. I keep these with me in the car whenever I go to Panera and I'm getting the refill. I can get I can go in and get a refill anytime, always unsweet, and then I add my own sweeteners to it. All right, let me wash my hands, and we are going to start chopping up our mushrooms so we can saute our mushroom and onion. I enjoy doing everything fresh for you all, but if you're short on time, you can. It's a little bit more expensive, but if you have more money than time, you can buy your already pre-chopped veggies in the grocery store, usually in the same shelf where they have the fresh vegetables. You can get little containers of them already diced up, so that's a little time saver if you want to get more veggies in. But we're going to go ahead and cut ours up. Cutting board, again, remember the one with the little dip here? This is the good one to use if you're cutting anything that's leaking, like fruit or, you know, chicken or anything like that. Let me check on these apples. Alright, I'm gonna let them keep going, but you guys can see they're sizzling here. So I'm just gonna move them around on the pan and just keep them under the broiler. We're going for like a baked apple pie. Imagine a crustless apple pie. Alright, so we have our coffee. It's a little bit darker. I like a light and sweet, so I'm gonna taste it, but I may just zhuzh it up a little bit. One thing about the plant-based creamers, they're fine. They're great to help you stay off of dairy, but they are a little bit more watery than half and half. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, so I usually use a little more. Ooh, flavor is good, but you can get used to it. I like all my drinks light and sweet, but I'm just gonna do a little bit of almond whipped cream and dust with cinnamon. Completely optional, but if you're serving someone coffee, you can make it a little bit fancy. Okay, so Belle says, when you pre-chop your veggies for the week, do they last well in the containers in the fridge? It depends on what they are. Maybe not the whole week. You guys have heard me say, like with some vegetables, I only, oh, let's stop there before I get it on my glasses. Some vegetables, I would actually do that. Sorry, I know that's, God, Maggie, get it together. Some vegetables last well. You guys have heard me say, like with a head of lettuce, I just take off the leaves that I'm going to make in the salad, wash those and chop those, because when you take them off and you wash them and you chop them, sometimes they can spoil faster. So, you know, veggies, maybe not the whole week, but a few days. But yeah, I have seen that, Belle. All right, so for our coffee, completely optional, but you can make it a little fancy. And I'm using dairy-free whipped cream, Ready Whip. This one is from coconut milk. You can get it also from almond milk. Ooh, just makes me feel fancy. It makes me happy. I don't know why. All right. So this is what I had. You guys saw yesterday. Oh, it looks bad in the bag. So you guys saw yesterday just the regular old white mushrooms. I'm going to take these and rinse them. I've heard different schools of thought. Some people say brush your mushrooms. Some people say wash your mushrooms. We know this comes from the dirt. What do they say? God made dirt, dirt don't hurt. Maybe that's a southern thing. But I've heard people say wash them, don't wash them, brush them. Look, I'm going to rinse them underwater. But I know I'm eating from the earth, so it is what it is. I do try to keep really clean, but hey, do what you can. So my food chopper, this would be great for the food chopper. I'm just going to slice them by hand. I always try to find a thumbnail that I can recreate. So if you guys saw the thumbnail, just sharpening my knife. If you guys saw the thumbnail, the mushrooms in that were cut, you know, like that kind of slice. I don't know what it's called, just sliced. So I'm going down like this way. Of course, you could do a finer dice, but I'm gonna go ahead and do all of them. I have about 5 or 6 mushrooms. Y'all are giving tips. Try storing cut up fruits and veggies in glass jars. Yeah, I've heard that too. And even like your citrus, I've put lemons in a container with water So like a glass jar with water, and those lasted longer, unpeeled. So just cutting up our mushrooms. I don't know who requested this yesterday, who mentioned the veggie omelet, but and then someone else recommended more vegetarian options. So you can always do a veggie option, veggie omelet, and do your, you know, bacon or turkey bacon for me on the side. So again, when your knife is sharper, you know, just keep an eye on it. With kids, I would use a chopper, but you don't have to press very hard. It just glides through the food, and you get your nice vegetables here. So we're gonna saute our veggies and mushrooms and onions. I think I'm gonna do the shallot, y'all. No, I have one white onion. We'll do the white onion, get rid of it. But veggies are great. They keep you full, give you fiber, and some of them surprisingly even have protein. So I know some people are doing plant-based. I actually eat meat, I eat eggs, I eat protein, you know, animal products, that's fine. But if you don't, there's a lot of options. You know, some people are vegan, some people are vegetarian. So, you know, just ask whenever you're hosting and make sure you accommodate everyone. Yes, please like and share. Okay, so we've got our onions chopped up. It looks like a lot. It's kind of pretty. It is a lot, but they will cook down. All right, let me grab this onion. It's starting to sprout and run away, so I want to use it and get it in the pan. Let me take one more look at these apples. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn it off and just let them sit in there to sizzle. We have the nice brown. When I serve them, I tasted them before, they were really good. So I just put a little extra brown sugar on them. When I serve them, I'll do some more whipped cream dusted with cinnamon. Or if you eat ice cream if you want. So that would be a great dessert. And if you remember, if y'all were on that live stream, please check out Suzette Speaks. All of her shows are awesome. But the one that I did with her, we did the fried apples live there. All right. So I got another cutting board. I know, completely unnecessary. I'm going to take the top off of this onion. So we've got a little hat. And I'm just going to cut this. Do I want rings or do I want peel the little paper skin off of your onion? Clean the cutting board. All right. So we've got this onion. I'm going to take off this little, you know, papery skin off the top. Just try and get down to the to the juicy part. Hopefully I don't cry, but I'm going to go ahead and do this by hand so we can get them starting to soften. All right, so I took off the top layer of onion. I'm going to cut it in half. And when you get the flat side, put it down flat, and then I'm just going to chop. And then they'll kind of like come apart on their own. Just a rough chop. Don't have to do a fine dice. So you get the nice little slivers of onion. Okay, so that's it with the chopping. Chopped it up. I'll put it all on one cutting board so you guys can see. Have these nice little slivers of onion. Excuse me. So for our mushroom omelet, we're doing mushroom and onion. This is just white or yellow onion. I don't know. But it was just on the counter. I think it came in the giveaway box. So that's what I use. Every little bit helps. All right, so also on my video with my top 5 appliances is one of my favorite little gadgets that I got to be able to cook live for you all. Completely optional. I use the stove, but I did get this little Duxton glass cooktop that plugs in, so I could do everything right here on the counter, but it doesn't work with nonstick, so I'm gonna have to do the nonstick over there. So I'm gonna plug this up and get my goat's butter in a stainless steel. I was looking back to see how much I had in veggies. So I'm using the larger pan. You want to try and use the pan that's going to fit the food instead of overcrowding. So I'm using the like dinner plate size, the large skillet. So we're going to put this on our cooktop. And you know, I'm sensitive to cow dairy, or if you don't know, that came up on my results. So I'm using goat's butter. I know it sounds weird, but it's been approved for me. If you can have cow dairy, please have regular butter. It cooks like butter, looks like butter, and gives me the butter experience. So I'm going to cut a nice healthy pat of the goat's butter, put that in, and turn it on. It'll melt down really fast. So let me clean up while this is going. Alright, so we want our butter to melt down, and you want it to coat the whole pan so you don't have any dry spots or hot spots. So I'm going to wait until that solid piece is completely melted. Keep an eye on butter because it can go from solid to melted to foaming to sizzling to burnt really quickly. Hey Sherry baby, come on in. Welcome to class everyone. So yeah, let me clean up. Alright, so while that's melting down, my onions, I'm just going to kind of separate them a little bit so I can get more of a sliver effect going on, just on the natural ring of the onion, just kind of using my fingers to pick them apart so I can get that nice sliver. Completely optional. If you like chunky onions, go with chunky onions. All right, so I smell it. It's starting to get fragrant, and whenever you hear that, I'm gonna go with the mushrooms first. I probably should go with the onions first, but I'll do them together. I just want to separate these into slivers. Whenever you hear chefs, and I'm not a chef, I'm just a home cooker. Whenever you hear chefs say, things are getting fragrant like garlic or whatever, it just means that you're starting to smell it more, and it's releasing the natural oils. Ooh, this mushrooms smell amazing. Nana taught me to cook with all of my senses, so you don't just set it and forget it unless it's a crock pot. Check on it, look at it, smell it, catch it before it burns, listen to it. Is it starting to boil dry? Use all of your senses. Really get in there with your food. And it's just, keep trying. So I've got my onions here. We're going to put that in. All right. Clean up, and then I'll salt them a little bit. Trying to get fancy, and I'm dropping stuff, but I'm going to turn this down. You want them to soften, but you want to keep them moving so they don't burn, especially in stainless for me. Let me wash my hands. Thank you so much. Yes, I am on all platforms. Maggie the Substitute Teacher, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All right, so you guys can see our onions and mushrooms are just softening here. I'm going to do a little bit of garlic salt. If you do garlic salt, you don't need regular salt because obviously it's got salt. And I just want a little bit of garlic flavor and a little bit of salt. That'll also pull out the water. So we're just gonna move this around a little bit, and then we'll taste it and let it do its thing. Maybe I'll put the top on it so that it'll cook faster. You want it to saute down nice. I'm gonna get one little piece of mushroom and taste just to see how my seasoning is before perfect. Oh, this is when I get excited. Oh my goodness, y'all, we have a star in the house. Mr. Kirk D. Anderson Fitness. Oh, I'm so honored. I'm watching it in chunks, but I think I'm up to before the billions. His interview with Suzette Speaks, y'all, he has had a life transformation as well. And we're all here together. We're all in this community together. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. So we're sauteing our mushrooms and onions. I'm going to put the top on it, and we're going to start whipping up our eggs. So, I always tell you guys, I enjoy eating, and I love cooking now. I struggled with my weight my whole life, and I thought I either had to love my food or love the way that I look. So right now I'm down 75 pounds, and like I said, with at least 25 more to go, but this is how I'm gonna eat for the rest of my life. And so I really appreciate y'all taking this journey with me. All right, let's get started on our eggs. And thank you. Hello, Kurt. I'm sorry, Mr. Kirk. I don't want to be too familiar. We haven't met in person, so, but I just appreciate you being here. Shout out to my scholars. Okay, so I'm using whole eggs. These are brown eggs. You can use whatever eggs you like. Just gonna keep our veggies moving, and I'll show you they're softening nicely. Um, so that's what's gonna go in our omelet, our mushroom omelet. It's really mushroom and onion, but I'm cooking them together. Just gonna keep the top on. Take the top off, move them around from time to time. Y'all, Miss Suzette Speaks is here. We have another star among us. Suzette Speaks is over on Instagram. Hey, Suzette. We've got Mr. Kirk Anderson Fitness on YouTube. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm moving fast because I'm between meetings, but we're on our way with our mushroom omelet. So I'm doing a 3-egg omelet. I usually eat about 6 to 8 ounces of protein per meal, which is a lot. I know a lot of people are doing vegetarian, vegan, or plant-based, but I eat lean protein, some veggies and fruits, the low sugar ones, and very little starch and almost no sugar. All right, let me wash my hands. We're gonna mix our omelet. And I know everybody's journey is different, so I support whatever works for you. The key for me, here are our eggs, just 3 whole eggs. We're gonna mix those in a second. I'm gonna stir my mushrooms and onions. The key for me is you just gotta find something that you can keep up with. Mr. Kurt G. Anderson, you're really trying to catch my live. So much going on. You have so many questions. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm reading. Y'all are in the chat. The chat is the study hall, so please talk amongst yourselves. Pass notes back and forth. I'm just happy that you're here. I actually eat the food that I make. I eat 2 meals a day. And so I come on live for y'all twice a day, and this holds me accountable. All right, let's get our eggs whipped up. You can put whatever you like. I'm just gonna do salt and pepper. If you have fresh ingredients, less is more, but doctor it up however you like. So I'm just doing regular salt. I don't have to watch my salt, but I do have to watch my sugar. I used to be pre-diabetic. I used to have borderline blood pressure and elevated cholesterol, fresh cracked pepper. All of that is normal now with no medication by changing the way that I eat. And I did work out this morning, light workout with hand weights. So I'll post that. It was a Grow with Joe YouTube workout. So walking or whatever you can get in, because I do work from home and I don't want to be sedentary. So I try to stay moving all the time. Yes, thank you, Mona. She's posting the replay. All right, so you just want to beat your eggs until they're homogeneous. You don't want to have, a little bit of clear, which is the egg white, and any yolks still in the ball, or y'all know what I mean. So you just want to beat it well so that when you pour your omelet, it will all be the same color and you won't have pockets of white. All right, I think we're good here. I'm going to turn this off and unplug so I'm not talking over the fan. The residual heat will keep going, but this is going to look very similar to what we did for Miss Suzette Speaks. We did a shout out to any speakers in the house. Hello, good morning. For her, we did a veggie quesadilla, which was mushrooms. I think it was red onion and bell pepper. I believe so. So this is just mushroom and white onion. So let's get our nonstick and put some butter in it. Ah, thank you. Mr. Kirk Anderson Fitness says he does live streams Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. So y'all please check him out. If you have a YouTube channel or you have a schedule, let us know and we'll definitely share. You guys are here to support me, so I want to support you. Good morning, Uncle Stu. We got Uncle Stu. So for a 3-egg omelet, I'm using the medium-sized skillet, about the size of a dinner plate, maybe a little smaller. I just need to leave everything out until I'm done. Again, I can't have cow dairy, so I'm using goat's butter. You can use olive oil or whatever, healthy fat that you like. Whatever you like. Y'all, please check out Uncle Stu. He was the first person to ask me for an interview. Took very good care of me. If you want to learn a little bit more about who Maggie, the substitute teacher, is. So I'm putting a pat of goat's butter, more than a pat, in the nonstick. I love my little duck's top here that I'm using, my cooktop, but it only works on certain pans. It won't work on a nonstick, or maybe not the one that I have. I still need to read the manual and maybe try some more stuff. Gail at Night is in the house, man. Y'all are just supporting me so much. I appreciate y'all coming in and having breakfast with me. I'm moving a little fast today because I'm in between meetings, but I wanted to get this mushroom omelet. I'm going to go ahead and plate my leftover lead attorney fried apples. All right, again, so you can see we're getting our butter melted. You just want enough to cover the pan so you see me moving around so you don't have any dry spots or any hot spots. Then I'm going to pour our eggs into it now that it's nice and sizzling. Okay, so we've got our 3 eggs and just salt and pepper. Put whatever seasoning you like. If you like it spicy, do more. All right, so let me clean this up. So we have enough eggs in there to coat the bottom of the pan. I know my stove kind of tilts towards the back, so sometimes I move it to make sure that I get that nice circle, but so far so good. Okay. So we've got the stove on like a medium high. We just want the sides and the eggs to kind of set a little bit. Then we'll put in our mushrooms and onion. For cheese, I'm going to taste this. I forgot which one this is. I think this is the manchego. Ooh, it's nice. So manchego is a sheep's milk cheese. I'll show you guys the package. I'm turning this down. Our omelet is starting to set, but it's still kind of wet, and I'm seeing those bubbles there. So it's moving. in the pan. So that's good. That means it won't stick, but I want that liquid to solidify. I don't want the bubbles to come all the way through and then they'll burst a hole in my omelet. Cheese options, because I can't have cow dairy. So I love the goat's milk cheese. Usually I use the Leclerc pepper jack. Manchego cheese is cheese made from sheep's milk. Love it. So this is a good substitute for me for Parmesan. If you like a dry, aged, salty cheese, you can see it's like comes off of a cheese block. This will be like in the front of your grocery where the deli where they cut everything. Oftentimes these cheeses are in other locations in the store. And then the goat's milk pepper jack cheese, this one is a good melting cheese. This is what I usually use, the Leclerc. You can get this at Sprouts or online. I think links are in the description. I'm working on it. All right, so I'm good. You can see here our omelet has kind of set, and then you notice how it moves in the pan, so I've got a nice coating at the bottom. I think that's good. I'll give it one more minute. Then all I'm going to do is put my onions and mushrooms and cheese in there. So we're doing a vegetarian option today. If you're vegan and you're doing completely plant-based, I have tried the Just Egg, the one in the container that you pour. It is good. It has a good egg texture, so it gives you that nice, like smooth, creamy egg texture. But it tastes like vegetables, which is not bad, but it's just if you're expecting that creamy egg taste, it has a different taste. But like in a scramble, I'm sure it's fine, especially like a veggie omelet would be great. The cheese looks yummy. Oh, feta sounds good. Maybe let's do some of that, Sherry, baby. All right, so let's go ahead and put our onions and mushrooms in. I'll bring it here. All right, so this is good. We've got pretty much set at the bottom. So this is basically the same with the quesadilla as you would, let's do that. Let's put cheese on the bottom first. So this is Manchego. Y'all see me shred it myself. You can buy already shredded cheese, that's fine. I found out that a lot of those cheeses in the bag, which I have used, have extra ingredients to keep them from clumping together. So if you can shred it yourself, it's fine. All right, so you see what we have. Onions and mushrooms going in. We just chop these fresh, but you can use whatever you have. Peppers. Oof, this is pretty intense. I'm looking forward to it. I gotta do better. Uncle Stu said I need to hold stuff up longer. I'm coming. All right, so I put it on one half of the pan because I'm gonna flip it over, but we have our onions, mushrooms, sheep's cheese, and egg. Sherry baby likes feta. I don't eat cow dairy, so this is what I'm using. These are goat's cheese crumbles from Whole Foods. You can get them at Publix or anywhere. So this is a nice crumbly cheese that gives me the feta substitute experience. So I'll get a spoon. I'm coming, stove. All right. So you guys can see we have the crumbly cheese experience. It's nice for a pop of color too. So we have our feta on here. Feta substitute for me. I'm just gonna go ahead and let me get a spatula and close it up. I'm gonna leave it on for just a minute and then I'm gonna plate y'all because I'm gonna hop today. I'm gonna take my food to my meeting. I don't know if y'all do that on your Zoom meetings. It's probably bad etiquette, right? Cameras off if you're eating. But like I said, I only eat when I come here with y'all. Let me get my apples. Hey, Floyd on the square. I will be going live again later for my second meal. I eat twice a day, so this is number one. So these are lead attorney's leftover apples. I just browned them with a little bit extra brown sugar. We're going to put these. presentation is everything. For me, we all eat with our eyes first, so I'm just putting them. Ramekin would probably be better. But I will take pictures for you guys whenever I'm done. The pictures always go on my Instagram or my community tab. So these were already cooked. I just refreshed them with a little bit of coconut oil and a little bit of my brown sugar substitute. So you could eat them plain, just like this. These are regular apples. But just to be fancy, all right, our omelet is done. We're gonna plate so you guys can see. It's nice and sizzling. Let's see. Ta-da! Breakfast is ready. All right, last thing, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Our non-dairy, yes, no, feta, I believe feta is, it's a Greek cheese. I think feta is made from cow dairy, but the goat's cheese crumbles are what I use. Completely optional, but if you want to make into a dessert, you can get whipped cream from coconut milk. That was Suzette's choice. So breakfast is ready. I probably dust with a little cinnamon. And I'm going to let you guys go. All right, Uncle Stu says I need to hold my food up longer so y'all can see, and I will take pictures. Breakfast is done. Mushroom omelet with onions, manchego cheese, and goat cheese crumbled with a side of pan-fried apples with coconut cream and dusted with cinnamon. All right, you guys, so I'm going to take some pictures and then I'm going to eat. But I'm going to run today, so I can't do my taste test for you. Thank you so much for being here. You're welcome. I don't know who asked for the mushroom omelet, but hopefully I nailed it for you. Great vegetarian option. Vegan if you use the plant-based eggs, but these are 3 whole eggs. All right. Thank you, everyone. I will schedule my next one. I'll look at my work schedule, and then I'll see you guys later today. I don't know what I'm going to cook yet, but hopefully it'll be good. Bye. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you, Gail.